Every Moodle server has a built-in calendar to help you keep track of campus events, course events, and your own personal events. When you first log into your campus site, you'll oftentimes find the calendar over on the right-hand side. Now, the calendar that's displayed on the front page just shows you a quick view of the current month. You'll also see different blocks that are colored in if there's an event going on that day. So in this case, I'm looking at August 2011. When I move my mouse over top of Monday the 1st, I can see that fall classes begin. It's a campus-wide event, and it's denoted in green in the view that my calendar is set in. I can also see that there's a peach color that's highlighted over top of every Wednesday throughout the month. If I hover my mouse over that one, I can see that I've got my Biology 432 lab on that day. To enter into the full calendar view, I'll simply click on the name of the month at the top of the calendar. Now I'm taking into a full-page view of my calendar, and I can not only see the events listed out, but now I have an event key that's over here in the upper right-hand corner. You'll notice that there's global events, which are listed in green, course events, which are listed in peach. If one of my courses has groups set up, and I'm a member of one of those groups, I could also have group events that would show up in yellow. And then I can control the events that are showing up in blue, because they would be my personal user events. Let's set up an event, Tuesday the 9th, for a study session. I'll go ahead and click the New Event button. The type of event is going to be a user event. For the name, I'll simply type in Study Session with Al. In the description, I'll put in Go over notes for the Coral Reef Ecology class. Next, I'll simply scroll down on the page to where the date field is and click the drop down for day. Now I can go ahead and simply click on the calendar for an upcoming day to have that date selected. I can click away to get the calendar to go away. I can go ahead and set my month and my year. The last two fields are for setting the time. But take note that the time is set in 24-hour time. So if we're going to have a study session at 6 o'clock in the evening, then I want to make sure that I set my time to be 1800 hours, which is 6 p.m. Then I can choose how I want to set up the duration. By default, my events are set up without duration. But I know for this study session, we're going to get together for an hour. So I'll click on the Duration in Minutes radio button, and then in the field, I'll just simply type in 60. Since this is going to be a regular study session that Al and I are going to get together every week, I'll go ahead and check the Repeat This Event, and I'll set it up for the next 14 weeks. So I'll simply type in 14 in the field, and then hit Save Changes. And when my page refreshes, I'm taken directly to that next date, and it appears here on my calendar in blue. When I click back on the August 2011 date, I can see not only do I have my fall classes, my biology lab listed, but now I have a study session set up with Al that appears on my calendar for the rest of the term. Now a couple of other things to note about the calendar while we're in here. First is in the upper right hand corner, there's a link for preferences. You can go ahead and click on that link for preferences, and then you can set up how you want your particular calendar to appear. I'm not going to make any changes to mine. I'm going to simply leave it at the defaults. And I'm going to go ahead and go back in my browser to go back into my monthly view. The final thing to have a look at is if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of your calendar, there's an option for Export Calendar. Go ahead and click on the button for Export Calendar. Now you can have your calendar exported out. So if you use another calendaring program such as Outlook or iCal, you can choose to have all events exported from your calendar. You can choose Recent and Next 60 Days, and then hit Export. It'll export out a file that you can then import directly into iCal or into Outlook, and it will have the next 60 days worth of your calendar. You could also choose the Get Calendar URL button, which creates this URL down here at the bottom. Your web link will be unique, but if you just take and select this and then copy it to your clipboard using Command or Control C, you should be able to go into your calendaring program such as Outlook or iCal and subscribe to this address. Then your calendar will always be up to date with any information that's posted up on your campus Moodle server. The nice part about this is oftentimes your mobile phone, such as an iPhone or Android phone, will oftentimes be set up to synchronize with your calendar. If you do this, then all of your events that are going on inside of your Moodle calendar, including events that are posted by your instructor for your classes, can show up directly on your mobile phone. Let's go ahead and return back to our main page of our site by clicking on the home link in the breadcrumbs.